legitimately did not think I was going to be teaching on Zoom this far into the year, which is like almost the end of the year. I don't want to say that, but it is. So yeah, it's been a real journey, and so I am so appreciative of everyone being here, because obviously I've had to really modify my teaching. To kind of fit this format. So those of you who are new to the class, I I end up doing a bit more drills and a bit more technique. In terms of choreography, I'm still kind of working out if that's going to be something that's going to be, useful or helpful. But I feel like at this point, technique is often lacking in a lot of classes, and so it's a little bit more technique and drill based. It is kind of a multi-level class, and so you just kind of pick whatever range. I have a few people here that have been with me for a long, like, years, so just kind of go with whatever your body feels like and what's most comfortable for you. I really like to I spend about 10 minutes working on shimmies because that's something that everyone, myself included, always needs to work on. And quite often with our busy lives and schedules, this is the only time that we can kind of train. So I do tend to follow a very similar format. What else? I do record each session on Zoom and I leave it up for 1 week. And so after the class, I do send it out to everyone. So if you have like even 15 minutes, just pull up the Zoom recording, go to the section that you want to drill or train or just even watch. Your brain doesn't always know. If you see something, your brain also interprets it like you're doing it. So even just watching is really helpful for your learning process. And then I do take it down after a week. I have been uploading it to a private YouTube link. So if there is something that you want to have access to after, and you're like, oh shoot, I really need, just let me know, and then I can just send that link to you on YouTube. It is private. What else? Yeah, so this is a 6-week session. So it's two 6-week sessions. I usually do them in session 1, session 2, just because some people like to kind of just pay for one and then pay for the other. Some pay for the whole way through. But this is starting September 14th, which is today, and it goes to October 26th. With no class on Thanksgiving Monday. I will be in Ontario. And everyone will be eating turkey and chilling out on the couch eating pumpkin pie. So nobody wants to dance. Everyone wants to eat. So I hope that is all right. And then the second session will start November 2nd, and then that goes till December the 7th. And then we break over the holiday time, and then inshallah, in January, maybe we'll be back in person. Maybe we'll be on Zoom. I have no idea. So anyway, so what I was kind of looking over my repertoire for some of the stuff that I really wanted to teach. And, I have a really big, for a lot of stuff to teach, and a lot of it, I love to teach technique and stuff in class because I can really like get my hands on you, and we work on turns and a lot of like traveling stuff. But that's not the case right now. And so I was kind of looking at what I could be kind of focusing on this session. So things like shimmies they're very fundamental for me. Arms are something that is super important for everyone. Now, I was a bit dumb yesterday. I did go to the gym and I did a ton of upper body work. And so my arms and my shoulders are super sore. So I'm going to kind of say, like, do as I say, not as I do, because like I was just honestly, I just literally took my sweatshirt off and I was like, oh my God, I'm so dumb. So if I like could gap out on something, it's because I like can't do, my muscles are like. So the other thing that I thought I could really want to focus on is working on a lot of shapes. And so in Oriental dance, we have many different shapes that we use with the body. So we have the numerous lines, we've got squares, we've got circles, we have waves. And so I thought that what I would do is kind of focus a little bit on the different kind of body parts movements. So, so tonight I thought we would work on horizontal circles and starting to put together like little combinations for that and just linking things together. And so when we get a little bit further on in the session, we can really start integrating the different movements. And so I think that you've got a really nice kind of like home base to work from, and with a lot of varieties. And so I want you to kind of view your dance space as like a square, so you've got your flush sides, you've got your corners, and so just kind of working a little bit more creatively and like just changing your angles and stuff as well. So I'm going to give it a go at least for the first 6 weeks, and we'll kind of assess from there. But I there's been a lot of like really nice complicated patterns that we can get into. So I'm like super excited. So does anybody have any questions before we get started? Hi, Shelly. Hi, Sherry. I saw Dawn on here. I see Dawn's name. She doesn't. There she is. Hi. Lovely. Those of you who are new to me, my warm-ups are always the same. They're like, they never change. They haven't changed in like 8 years. And so if you feel like you're kind of like a bit lost, you're going to learn it. Because like I said, I never changed it. And so one of my kind of aspects of teaching is I focus a lot on the feet. So in my other life, one of my other lives, I'm a Pilates instructor. And so I'm really about muscle integration and using your body properly and all this stuff. So we work a lot with our feet. So always just spreading the feet, pulling the energy from the floor upwards. So if there's no questions, we will get started with our warm-up. I do want to tell you, and I'm hoping it's not going to happen, but my computer is, I don't want to say it's dying, but I'm starting to have problems with my computer, and so sometimes my computer does freeze. If it freezes, I'm going to have to log off, and you're going to have to all come in and join. It hasn't happened yet for a class, but it has been happening in the day when I'm actually doing my day job, so I'm hoping it's not going to do it, but that's just what's happening right now. I need to go to the doctor very badly, so. All right, Yella, let's go. Can everyone hear this? Yeah? Awesome. All right. So I'm just going to restart it and just change the volume a little bit. All right, getting up. Lovely. All right, so opening the feet, shoulders and feet. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, tempo. And 1, 2. Pedaling through the feet. 5, 6, 7, front and pivot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, tempo. And 1, 5, 6, 7, hand looking left.
أتضحك على من لهدة كبيرة العشرة وليالي كتيرة أنا الوحيد اللي فهمتك وكل تأخيرة فيها خيرة تضحك على مين العشرة وليالي كتيرة أنا الوحيد اللي فهمتك وكل تأخيرة فيها خيرة ولابس وش الطيب
left shoulder, left hand comes onto the head, slightly reach, right arm down, slightly up, both blades down, ribs knitting together. Good, and gently release, right hand down, left hand floats off the head, right ear to right shoulder. Right hand on the head, left hand down, slightly up, and hold. Breathe, knit those ribs together.
يا مجرح وانا داوي انا ناوي ما صدقش كلامه بقى ده حكاوي كداب يا ما في الجراب يحاول وده ما بيهداش كام سنة ده بيتدحلب مستغلب وما يعرفنيش بقى لما لو حاول النفس هيتشقلب انا لما بصفاش يا مجرح وانا داوي انا ناوي ما صدقش كلامه بقى ده حكاوي كداب يا ما في الجراب يحاول
7, tempo, and 1, 2, a little bit smaller, working through the torso legs, 5, 7, long reach,
تضحك على من لهدة كبيرة العشرة وليالي كتير أنا الوحيد اللي فهمت وكل تأخيرة فيها خيرة تضحك على من لهدة كبيرة بالعشرة وليالي كتيرة أنا الوحيد اللي فهمتك كل تأخيرة فيها
5,
خيرة
7, 8. Squeeze down. Deep breath in, pressing through the feet all the way up. Correct.
أصل صهن عمايله تشيب وما بانش عليه.
Coming in, just some little slides. Slides. Right. Left. Right. And left. I always feel bad for you guys. I'm always like heavy breathing into my microphone. Okay, we're going to come back to that plie position, nice and wide. Toes are going to be at 2 o'clock and 10. Spreading those toes wide, anchoring the pinky toe, pelvic tilt. We're going up and down. Plie, plie, up. So breathing with the arms, lots of energy through the fingertips. Plie, up. 5. We're going to hold it down. Ready, and pulse. Arms to the front. 2 inches down, 2 inches up. 5, 6. 5, 6. Down and up. Arms reach up. Up. Down. Up. 5, 7. Last time. Hold it up and pulse. Little pulses. Short range. Make sure that knee is tracking right over that ankle. Shoulder blades down. Ribs together. 5, 6. Down and up. Down. Stretching up. Arms in front and up. Last 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2. Arms open and side. Pulse. Got one more after this. We're done.
وغيره من هو ده تعبني وبرضه عاجبني
On the
ولا
floor.
حول
5, 6.
ليا
Down
ولا
and up. Down. Stretching up. One more time.
قلبي من جوا من غيره وغيره من هو ده تعبني وبرضه
Alright, coming
عاجبني
up.
ولا
Last time, arms
حول
up.
ليا ولا
Pulse,
قوة بتاع السكر يا مسكر
Okay, everybody coming down like half an inch lower. They're opening to the side. Everything is nice and flat. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Bravo. Press it up. Lock it in. With a little shake. All right, spread your toes nice and wide. Pelvic tilts. I'm going to come to the sides. We're going to come up into nice calf raises. Arms to the side and up. Down. Up. 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 5, 6, 7. Ready? We're going to go tempo. Here we go. Tempo. Up.
يا بتاع السمسم يا
So there's a little
مسمسم
string on top of our head, pulling us up.
يا مسمسم القوام حلو ومتقسم
5, 6. We're going to bend our knees, tuck our pelvis in.
لما عطروا الحلوين
Lower bellies engage.
الحياة في وشي بتتبسم واما اجي اقول له قبلك
Ready? Last 8. Tempo. Here we go. And up.
يا بتاع النعنع يا منعنع يا منعنع انت يا منعنع هات هدية للمدلع
7
الدلع
and 8. Bravo. Shake it up. Right leg is slightly in front of the left. Inner thighs draw together. Coming up.
يا
We're just
مسكر
going to hold.
يا مسكر
Ribs knitting together. Top of the ears up towards the
حبيبي
ceiling.
بفكر يا
Our feet to the floor.
يا مسكر
Lovely. Walk the right foot behind, left foot's in front. Zip the inner thighs in together. Arms float up. And Lovely, coming down, shake it out. Good work. I hope everyone's warm. I'm warm. Woo. All right. We're going to just go, before we go into shimmy work, we're going to go into some arms. So I'm trying to make a good point of teaching this very regularly. So I have to keep my eyes open for Aramis because she's going to be jumping in a few minutes late. So if I run over to the computer, that's why. Hopefully not because it's dying. Okay, so last couple sessions, we started to go over kind of more balletic arms. So Oriental dance, the origins of Oriental dance, as we know it, the Raksharki, it was heavily influenced by Western dance. And so the traditional carriage for Raksharki, for Oriental dance, is the arms. You know, yes, we get into snake arms and stuff, but the carriage is quite lifted through the torso, and there's a lot of work being done with the shoulder blades. So your shoulder blades, they sit on your back, and as you draw the shoulder blades down, that depression helps float the arms up. So we want to take our actual shoulders out of it as much as we can, because our shoulders are not actually, they're not actually really good joints. They have, you know, they can be injured quite easily, and they just don't really have the strength to be doing a lot of work, keeping the tension here. So I want you to really think about those shoulder blades, and as we slide them down, that's going to help float everything up. And so we want to work with a really nice position with this kind of round ball-like format here. And so with our fingers, you know, we play finger symbols, and so it's middle finger and the thumb, but I want you to keep them fairly close together. So it's almost like you're holding on to like kind of a small little egg. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the best angle. I've got my room set up just slightly differently, so I'm trying to like figure out the best. There we go. So you don't want to have your hands like super wide. You don't want to drop the egg. You don't want to squish the egg. Just let the middle finger and the thumb just kind of rest somewhere quite close. And you're holding like, you know what you're holding? You're holding like a mini egg, which are like my downfalls. My only like my non-vegan treat are mini eggs. So like, you know, holding on to that little egg. And so if you have your arms, I want you to think about having two little clouds in the armpits. The sides of the arms are facing the opposite sides to the room. So your right elbow is facing the right side wall, and the left is on the left side wall. And you want your hands acting almost like a bit of a bowl. So this whole thing is like a basin. And if you have your hands, you don't want to have your hands directly against your body. You want to have them slightly out, so that you should be able to kind of in the bottom part of your eyes, if you wiggle your fingers, I mean, I'm looking at myself, so, but like look at the floor in front of you and wiggle your fingers and see if you can see kind of in that lower vision, your fingertips. So that's typically where we want to work from. So we're going to just start here. We're going to press the shoulders down. As we press the shoulders down, we're going to float those arms up. So again, we're still in that bowl shape. So we're not trying to have any kind of a triangle or like a football. We want to have that nice bowl shape here. Okay? And then as we come up, keep sliding those shoulder blades down. We're going to float those arms overhead. Now here, don't cut off your distance. You have arms, you've got lots of space between your head and your body, so let yourself really grow up. And then from here, we're going to open with the wrists facing the ceiling until we come to about here, and we start to do that nice little rotation. And this wants to be active, so it's literally like a little surprise, and then we just rotate. And we come into like an umbrella pose. So again, we're lifting underneath the armpits, the shoulder blade is down, there's that nice curve of the elbow to the wrist, to those fingers. We do a little puff of air, and we bring it all the way down to close. So we're going to go 1 and 2, 3, chest height, 5 and 6 and 7, over top, open, 1, 2, rotate, 3, and umbrella, puff, 5, 6, 7, and 8, float, 1 and 2, 3 and chest, and 5 and 6, 7 and above. Open 1 and 2, rotate 3, umbrella, puff 5, 6, 7 and 8. Float 1, 2, 3 and 4 and a 5. Shoulders down. 7 and 8. Open 1 and 2. Rotate 3. Umbrella. Puff 5 and 6. 7 and 8. Float 1 and 2. 3 and 4. Float 5 and 6. Lengthen 7 and 8. Open 1 and 2. 3 and 4. Puff 5 and 6. 7 and 8. Lovely. Before we start with any music, is there any questions? So I like to come and check in with you, and this is the time to ask questions. So does anybody have any questions? Can I watch you? I have to put you eyes on a gallery view if I'm going to watch you. All right, Shelly's giving me a big smile. Giovanna! Hi! All right. Do you want me to do it with you one more time, or do you think you have it? Oh, I'm seeing some with me. Okay, I'm going to let you just go for it, then I'll step in if I need to, okay? And then we'll add music. So, getting into that nice basin position. Little puffs of air under those armpits. Beautiful. Don't forget to smile. 5 and 6, 7 and 8. E. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Lovely. 7 and 8. Open 1 and 2. 3 and 4, umbrella, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, float, 1, 2, 3 and 4, float, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, open, 1 and 2, umbrella, puff, 5, 6, 7, and last time, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, up, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Open 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Puff 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Everyone's shoulders looked really good. I'm impressed. That's not always the easiest thing to do. So let's go into this. We're going to run this a few times, and then we're going to start going into shoulders, elbows, wrists, and fingers. Okay? I'm going to bring you forward. I'm going to do a little. Okay. Little puffs of air. Puff. Down. 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
هي الفترة اللي فاتت موضوع والنار في قلبي
1,
وانا
2, 3,
بطلع
4,
وساكت
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
والصبر
6,
بيشكي
7, 8.
مني وانا فاكره بيشكي ليا حاجة واحدة بينت لي من عدوي ومن حبيبي واما الايام خانتني كله بقى عرفت عيبي وانا عيبي طيبة قلبي والجراح كانت نصيبي معقولة صدق اني انجرحت بإيد حبيبي بينتني من عدوي ومن حبيبي واما الايام خانتني كله بقى عرفت عيبي
Elbow, wrist, fingers down. Right. Elbow, wrist, fingers down. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers down. Last time, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers down. Left side, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers down. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers down. Fingers down, right side, shoulder, elbow, wrist, fingers down, left side. Here we go. And 1, down, left, down, right, down, left, down.
وانا عيبي طيبة قلبي والجراح كانت نصيبي معقول اصدق اني انجرحت بإيد
All right, a little smaller and faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Starting with the shoulder, 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 All right, let's slow it down to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right side and left side. 3, 4. Right. 2, 3, 4. Right. Left. 2, 3, 4. Right. 2, 4. Left. 2, 3, 4. Right. 2. Little smaller and faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Little faster, a little smaller, and coming down. Give your arms a good little stretch. Bravo. Does anybody have any questions? I have a feeling I know one question. Dawn, do you have a question? Yes. I think you're on mute, my dear.
There, can you hear
There
me
you
now?
are. Yes, I can.
So when we're doing that, are we stretching our arms right out? Like, are you really feeling the stretch from the armpit? Yeah. Okay, that's all I want to know. Thank you.
So what happens, so all of you, what happens when you start going faster? Where is the, what's happening? Because I start seeing, and this is super normal, is that when people start going faster, they take the attention out of their shoulder and their shoulder blades, and they start leading kind of with the lower arm. And so they kind of start doing this thing where we really want to focus is on those shoulder blades sliding down. And as the shoulder blade slides down, that is going to help mobilize the arm. If you just try to only rely on your shoulder, it doesn't have the strength or the support to do this quickly, and I don't want anybody injuring their shoulder by trying to make it work more than it can. So working a lot on those shoulder blade glides are super important. What's really nice, if you want to kind of just tap into the shoulder blades, I'll just show you really quick. This is kind of borrowing from my other life. Is just coming onto all fours and just getting into that kind of 4-point kneel position. And then from here, just working on like a little bit of that cat and cow. But when you come into this position, into that kind of that cow, really pulling the shoulder blades down. So don't only like just drop. Think about them sliding down the back. So you round them up, initiate, and pull. So that's going to help really start to kind of wake up the shoulder blades. A lot of our modern life, we don't do actually a lot of us are quite stuck in that part of our backs. And so it's super important for dance. It'll save your shoulders and yeah. So, and then just always making sure that when we go faster, that we always initiate from that part so that we're not kind of losing the shoulder component here. Does that make sense, everybody? Yes? Awesome. Okay, let's take it down towards the floor. Oh, there's Aramis. Nice. Let's take it down to the floor. We're going to start our first little bit of our shimmy work, and then we're going to go into some hip stuff before we finish with our circles. So just come and sit on the floor. Those of you who come regularly know what's coming. So, okay. So So just get yourself nice and comfortable, and have your legs out completely straight in front of you. And I want you to really connect with your sit bones. So finding those two bones, really drilling into the floor, okay? I'm gonna move you forward so you can see my hips. So in terms of the upper body, just make sure if you can sit up nice and tall and just have that some little like tripod hands to kind of help yourself, just kind of prop yourself up, great. If you need to lean back, just make sure that you're quite relaxed here. Don't let yourself start to pop up through the chest, because you're going to start to kind of create a lot of tension in that back. And this isn't a position that we want to get used to for dance. We want to knit those ribs together to kind of activate the upper abdominals to hold everything nice and stable. So just make sure that you're lifted, but you're not arching in this position. What can happen in these exercises is that your hip flexors, because we're in a shortened position, they're going to want to start to kick in, because they're not going to understand that you want to be working your leg muscles opposed to your hip flexors. So sometimes leaning back and just decreasing this angle is a little bit more forgiving, so that you can get your work on your straight leg shimmy. So we're going to do straight leg shimmies to start, the Egyptian style knee shimmies. And so what we want to do is we want to really focus on the lift and the drop. And so when you're bending your knee, you're literally bending on them when you have lots of time. So in the beginning, you want to actually like have quite a bit of room underneath. And then when we go smaller and faster, obviously you're not going to be able to get your arm under there. But we want to really work with our quadricep muscles here. And we're literally just lifting the leg up and dropping it down. The heels are staying flat, and we're just going to do some little marching, and then we're going to go into our shimmies. So, are you ready? All right. So just getting nice and comfortable. Get your knee muscle out from underneath those sit bones. Sitting up nice and tall. Hands either to the side. You can lean back slightly. Up to you. Feet are about sit bone distance apart. Nice and slow. Here we go. Right, left, right, left, right. Nice and big. Right, left, right, left, right, left. 5, 6. Here we go. Tempo. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. So trying to activate from your quads. So thinking about that lift from here to take it out of your hip flexors. Most of you are going to start to feel it in these hip flexors. Bring your attention to here. Your hamstrings helping you lift those legs. Heels are flat on the ground. We're just working from that knee. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Only, and left, 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 left. 5, 6, 7, right, 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 right. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, left. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, right. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, left. 5, 6. We're going to go both legs together, working in tandem. 1, 2, 1, 2. Down, 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 down. 5, 6, 5, 6. We're going to go one by one. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Arms coming up. Arms, shoulder blades down, coming back into that nice long position. umbrella pose. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Little puff of air. And let's bring our arms in front. Arms raised to chest. Arm raised to up. Open to umbrella. Puff and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open. 5, 6. Puff. 7 and 8. 1, 2. Up. 3, 4. Open. 5, 6. Puff. 7 and 8. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open. 5, 6. Puff. 7 and 8. Just little circles here. Working through the wrists, working through the fingers. Five, 6, 5, 6. Little faster with the legs. 1, 2, and 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 2. Paying attention to those legs. I always like to watch my knees. I like to talk to my legs too to tell them what to do. 2 and 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 2. Bravo! Coming out. Well done. I know it's been a few weeks since we've had class. Some of you, it's been a while. How did it go? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Christine, how's it going? Thumbs up, good. Excellent. Iris, nice to see you. Excellent, okay. We're gonna take all of that we just did on the floor and we're gonna stand up. We're gonna do it in standing now. So I like to use, again, I'm a creature of habit. I like to use the same music pretty much every week so that you kind of know what to expect. So this music starts off quite slow and it gets 7% faster every like 3.5 minutes. So don't worry, we're not going to do that much tonight, but I would like us to build up to getting fast. So we're going to stand up. So the only difference now is that you have no floor behind you. So making sure that I really want your focus to be the bent knee forward, okay? So you're going to be straightening and bending your knee. I do not want you locking your knee back. I want her to always have a soft little teeny bend in the leg, so just so you're not going to your end range and you're going to cause any issues. So. All right. All right. All right, I'm going to cut off my head. Let's just work with the legs. 1, 2. I'm going to turn to the side just so that you can see. So we should be moving about 2 to 4 inches with the knees. Feet are flat. There's a slight little turnout with the feet. Lots of attention kind of in that mid-foot to the heel. 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's literally like we're walking. This is no different than if you're walking, okay? So just keeping it nice and soft. Now I want everybody to lengthen that tailbone, tuck up to that pubic bone so that we have a nice long back. You want to keep those ribs stacked over those hips, which are over the foot, okay? So really pay attention. So what's going to happen with this long back is that we're going to activate our transverse abdominis muscles here. So it's going to, our corset muscles with our stomach. So what's also really nice by having a tight core is that your skin and like all your juice is going to be on top of your muscle and you're going to get a deeper shimmy because everything's going to vibrate off of that nice little tight core. So it's really nice to hold the whole abdominal system in so that you're able to really show off your shimmy. 1, 2, 1, 2. like the worst, the most annoying floor because I have these really deep grooves of grout. So if I'm on one of the grout, I'm like on a completely different level. All right, lifting up the arms. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Little faster. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. All right, now legs are doing their thing. We have the long tailbone. We're scooping through that pubic bone. We're have those ribs knitted together. Our weight is now shifted slightly towards the back. Okay. Knees are bending. Bend straight, bend straight, bend straight, bend straight, bend straight. All right. I'm going to take a step back now just so I can see my arms. All right, I want you to start to move your arms. I don't necessarily care what you do. I just want you to kind of just start to use your arms so that we don't get used to this kind of coat hanger pattern of just having our arms here. So, you know, if you want to come back to these ballet arms, you know, you can play with those. If you want to do anything else, if you want to do anything side to side, if you want to do anything, just try not to let yourself hang out in this kind of nice straight arm position, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And sometimes we have good shimmy days, and sometimes we don't. So don't worry too much. It happens to everybody, but just really working on those legs. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, keep it going. So we're 7% faster. This is the last 3 minutes that we're gonna do. And then we're gonna work onto our hips. So just keep the arms moving. If your legs get stuck, just bend your knees straight and come right back into it. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Last 8, here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Good work, everybody. How did that go? Is it hard? Christine gives me a thumbs up. Giovanna. Hi, Shelly. Aramis.
Good.
Good. Shelly, do you have a question? Sherry? Sherry?
Oh, sure. Yeah. I don't find it too hard, and then it makes me wonder if I'm not doing it right. Like, how engaged am I supposed to be? Like, maybe I've been doing too many of your Pilates classes, and I'm starting to think about engaging everything, but I know I'm not supposed to be. So Like, is there a sweet spot or what? Like,
I don't know, because for me, shimmies have always been a challenge. So, I mean, some people, I mean, I've seen people that can just like literally put their foot on the floor and they start shimmying and they're like, there's no effort. And I'm like, what?
well, I used
So,
to do it when I was a kid just to stay warm, right? In the city. So maybe I just, right, like I used to like doing it. I had all
you
this
might just be one of those naturally gifted people that, you know, that are so annoying because they can do shimmies really well. Yeah, no, if it's really easy for you and you're getting good movement, then that's it. That's kind of that's what you want. You want it to be effortless. I mean, for someone like me, it's just not it's never gonna be effortless. It's something I have to always work on.
But
But
when it's slower, you are more engaged. Like, are you actually controlling the movement of your hip up and down?
yeah,
And then
yeah,
it's faster, you can let go.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thanks, Sherry. I think it's because Sherry and Shelly are right next to each other on the screen, so it's like, cool. No, everybody good? Awesome. We're going to go into our hips. So we're going to work on our hip shimmy, but we're going to work on it. It's kind of like a bit of a U. So what we're going to do is just get into our normal position with our feet. So our feet are going to be somewhat parallel, but with women, because we have slightly flared hips, so our feet are never railroad straight. They're just a slight little turnout here. And I want everyone to now go into a plie. Okay, so don't have a deep plie. It's just to about there. Okay, so I want to pretend that your pubic bone, and your hip bone, it's like making a smile. It's like a U shape here. Okay. So getting nice and connected, we're in that nice little plie position. You got to really activate your obliques here. We're going to be drawing the hip bone all the way up towards the rib cage. We're keeping both feet flat. We're never lifting the foot off of the floor. So we're going to draw this. So we're going to do one side of the smile. Then we're going to trace it down through the pubic bone and to the other side. So we're closing the ribs on the other side. Then we're coming back down through the pubic bone and up. I'm just going to flip around so that you can see my hips on the back. So plie. So we're going to go right, left, right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center, right, center, left, right, and right. So it's up, center, up, center, up, center. Now, I don't want this to be a strong contraction. We're not doing up hips. It's very gooey, it's very loose. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's very pendular. So it's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep going. I'm coming to have a little look at you all. Keep those feet flat. So get into that U. Find that middle point. Don't forget that pubic bone. Yes. Okay, now everybody put a book on your head. So upper body does not move. It's only lower body. Yes. 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 Lovely. Okay, keep going. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to put on some music. Just keep going, don't stop. So really, don't forget about that drop through the center, so that pubic bone. It's that complete smile. Keep going, keep going. Where's my belly dance music here? Okay. Let's find something fun. This is always interesting. I'm like,
انا هعمل فيك جميل عارفك قليل بالحيلة وبجد صعبت عليا انا هطلع بنت اصيلة مش هبقى معاك بخيلة وهحنن قلبي شوية انا هعمل فيك جميل عارفك قليل بالحيلة وبجد صعبت عليا انا هطلع بنت اصيله مش هبقى معاك بخيله وحنن قلبي شويه ارحم عينيك هتموت عليا وارجع من تاني اسامحك تاني واصدق تاني ان انت ليا هتموت عليا وارجع من تاني اسامحك تاني واصدق تاني ان انت ليا
shift your weight on your right leg. Left leg will hover. Lots of work. Keep it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Left foot down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Weight on the left. Right foot up. Right foot down. And weight on the right foot. Left foot up. And down. Weight on the left foot. And right foot down. Up, 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 up. Hold it here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
انا تاني كان ممكن اقول انساني لكن ما تهونش عليا
And weight on the left.
ما انا عارفه تموت من غير والله ده كتر خيري انك بتأثر فيا
And to the right.
بقول
2, 3,
انا تاني
4,
كان
hold,
ممكن
5,
اقول انساني
6, 7,
لكن ما
8,
تهونش
and down.
عليا
Hold.
من غير والله ده كتر خيري انك بتأثر فيا
All right, count to 2, 1.
ارحم عينيك من
one,
بكيك
two,
واللي
one,
مخليك
one,
هتموت عليا
one,
وارجع من
two,
تاني
one,
اسامحك تاني
one,
واصدق
two,
تاني
one,
ان انت
two,
ليا
and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
هتموت عليا
Bravo.
وارجع من تاني اسامحك تاني واصدق تاني ان
And
انت
both feet.
ليا
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, we're gonna bend our knees. And coming up.
جميل عارفك
Bend the
قليل
knees.
بالحيلة
Standing up.
بجد صعبت
Lay down. 2, 3,
عليا
4, and up. 2, 3, 4, down. 2, 3, 4,
هبقى
1,
معاك
2, 3,
بخيلة
4. Plie.
وحنن قلبي شوية
And stretch. Lean side. Stretch it out. Good work. Woo. Lovely. Is there any questions with that? Sweaty? Yes. Totally? Yes. Okay, cool. We're going to finish off. Oh, Bahare, do you have any questions?
Actually, I wanted to say sometimes I feel like I'm doing the shimmy, so I mix up. Although I'm not doing the shimmy, but it might look like it. I'll watch the video later.
Okay. It's
hard.
this is going into a hip shimmy, so you're not totally wrong. So, you're not totally wrong. Okay, cool. Time goes by really fast. So, we're going to end with some circles. So, We're gonna just start with some basic horizontal circles to kind of get our bodies in gear. So let's just start with our basic hip circle, but I'm gonna add a small, tiny little variation. So we're gonna start, I'm gonna face you first and then I'll turn towards the back. So I always have, I know I'm wearing black on black. My little voice box, I always have on my left hip. So, and I always tend to tie my shirt on the left. So, but when I turn around, hopefully you'll be able to see the difference. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the right foot slightly turned out to the side. So we're gonna work on our basic circle, okay? But we're going to just try to add a tiny little bit of variety with this leg. So when the hip slides to the right, we're gonna have that small little turnout with that right foot. When we bring the hip to the back, so we pull up through the pubic bones, through the lower abdominals, we scoop, we lean our body forward, we're gonna bring that foot parallel. When we slide that hip to the left, we do a slight little turnout with that foot, and then we're gonna press our weight front, and as we bring our hips to the front, we're leaning back, and we're gonna come parallel with the foot. So it's gonna go 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So it doesn't have to be super exaggerated. We're not trying to go like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just try to make it quite natural so that your hip is actually almost moving your foot. So I want you to really feel that whole revolution of that circle on that foot. Now, if it is quite difficult for you to actually physically move your foot, I want you to picture your foot has like a little grid mark. And so that when you're bringing your weight over towards that right, you can also put a lot of weight on that side of that foot, then draw that weight behind or back and around to the heel, over to the left side of that foot and front. This actually might be a little bit easier than moving the foot around for now, okay? So we're just working on a really nice big circle. Working on that side, around, up, front, side, around. So really trying to bring that attention as much as you can to the feet, almost as much as you are with the hips, and change. So 1, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, pull in here, 6, 7, finish left. Right, so right, and 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, finish right. And a 1, and 2, back, 3, and 4, front, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. We're gonna now go into the chest. So we're gonna just work on a horizontal circle with the chest. So starting everything center, we're gonna slide to the right, bring it back ever so slightly, left and front. Circle, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do one circle with the hips. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. When we get the hips to the front, we're gonna do a little tuck to roll up into the chest. We're gonna go the opposite direction with the chest than we were with the hips. So we were circling the hips starting to the right. So we're gonna circle with the chest starting left. 1, 2, 3, and roll down for 4. Circling left. 1, 2, 3, and rolling up. 4, circling right. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're trying to connect all of the movements together. Circling right. 1, 2, 3, rolling up, left. 5, 6, 7, rolling down, and right. And 2, I can't remember which direction we went. 3, rolling up. Oops, we did a double. 5 and 6, 7, rolling down, circling left. So left and 2, 3, rolling up, circling right. 5 and 6, 7 and 8, right. So 1 and 2, 3, rolling up, circling left for 5 and 6, 7, rolling down, circling left. So 1 and 2, 3, rolling up and right, and 6, 7, rolling down, right hip. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, left. 5 and 6, 7, rolling down, left. So 1 and 2, 3, rolling up to the right. 5 and 6, 7, rolling down, right. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 5 and 6, 7 and 8, left. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, right. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3 and 4, right. 5, 6, 7 and 8, right. 1, 2, 3 and 4, circling left. 5, 6, 7 and 8, left. 1, 2, 3 and 4, right. 5, 6, 7 and 8, right. 1, 2, 3 and 4, circle. 5, 6, 7 and 8. So connecting these two circles, there is no direct way for you to get from the bottom up. So what I would really like to see, as long as you get like 3/4 or even half of a circle, 3/4 is probably best before you do your roll up. Don't worry about trying to get all the way to here and up. If we have 4 counts, it might take 4 counts for you to get around, and then we have to have time to roll up. So I'd rather that last count, you roll up for wherever you are. Same with the chest. If you're here and you're trying to make it back here to roll down, you're probably not going to have enough time. So just think about kind of coming around and roll. We're trying to link them together. So they're 4 words. We're trying to make a sentence. So it's going to be different for everybody. So just play with it a little bit. I'm going to turn my back to you, and we're just going to put on music just for like 2 minutes. Does anybody have any questions? Nada? No questions? Okay. Let's do this song. This is a good fallback here. All right, just like literally just 2 minutes. All right. Ready? Starting on the right. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3. Let's go a little bit slower. 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3. Rolling up, left. 5, 6, 7. Rolling down, left. 1, 2, 3. Rolling up, right. 5, 6, 7. Rolling down, right. So 1, 2, 3, rolling up, left. 5, 6, 7, rolling down, left. 1, 2, rolling up, right. 1, 2, 3, rolling down, left. 1, 2, 3, rolling up, left. 5, 6, 7, rolling down, left. 1, 2, 3, rolling up, right. 5, 6, 7, rolling down, right. 1, 2, 3, rolling up, left. 5, 6, 7, rolling down, left. 1, 2, 3, rolling up, right. 5, 6, 7, rolling down, left. 1, 2, 3, rolling up, left. 5, 6, 7, rolling down, left. 1, 2, 3, rolling up, right. 5, 6, 7, rolling down. Circles only with the hips. You've got lots of time to work through that feet. Beautiful. Last time around. Ready, rolling up. Chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Prepare, rolling down and circle opposite side. 2. Let your arms just move with the movement, lifting up through that chest. 6, 7, rolling up, chest, opposite direction. Six, 7, and 8, rolling down, hips right. Yes. Ready, rolling up, chest. Ready, rolling down, left hip. Let those arms move. Let them be free. Dance with those arms. Ready, rolling up. Chest opposite direction. Woo! Good. 5, 6, 7, break and stop. Bravo, everybody. Excellent. How are you?
That was good. I found the coordinating the top and the bottom very difficult.
Oh yeah, for sure. And one side's going to be stronger than the other side. So you might be like, you know, oh, it's so easy on my right side. And then you start going to the opposite direction and you're like, what is going on? So yeah, that's why it's good to train both sides. It'll get easier. It's just through practice. We'll practice lots. Oh, and there's a kitty cat. Does anybody have any questions before we sign off? Everyone feels okay? Yes, excellent, fantastic. Thank you so much. It's so nice to see your faces. So many new faces, it's awesome. I hope you have a great night. I will email you out this recording so that you can practice. And I'll see some of you tomorrow night for my Bellady workshop. And thank you. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Bye.